What's going on, you guys? So I gotta tell ya, the last Ultimate Survival World 2 reaction video I did, I guess I was informed by one of my viewers. Shout out to Epic Gamer. He informed me that I guess I missed one. I missed one of TrixyBlox's Ultimate Survival World 2 videos. It looks like maybe it's the plains that he's going to be doing. So this one's right before the taiga transformation, you know, the Bear Mountain one. So anyway, I'm going to react to this with you guys. Can't wait to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. And it's like a Solarpunk theme, I believe. So let's check it out, guys. Do it.
I'm transforming every single thing in Minecraft.
Beautiful.
On one
I love
giant
that one.
island. But 1,000 hours into building, and I've
1,000
realized
hours.
this world has a major flaw. You see, so far I've
Look at
built
that.
some pretty crazy stuff. Yet all these builds have one thing in common. They're all stuck in the past. Medieval
Stuck in the past.
villages, ancient cities, dormant giants. Not a single advanced civilization or shred of technology in sight. It's time to change that. But that's where I've hit my next problem. Today, I'm heading into the flower forest. Not exactly the ideal spot
so
to
it's
plonk
the
a big
flower
old
forest.
concrete city. So, my solution? Ditch the flowers.
Oh my god.
Pave over everything to create...
What are you doing?
Don't
building a
destroy the
city? How else do you expect me to do
the
it?
environment,
Maybe
brother.
not by destroying the whole biome you're meant to be transforming.
Good point. And that's when I discovered Solarpunk, an optimistic vision of the future.
Yeah,
where
I love
cities are
Solapunk, dude.
harmoniously intertwined with
I hope
nature.
that's our
Now
future.
that's a pretty perfect starting point for our flower forest civilization. You see, our flower forest is already a unique biome, full of creatures known as mythic pollinators. Over centuries,
That's beautiful.
this
Look at
biome
those
that was once
big
pretty empty
butterflies,
turned into
man.
a literal forest of giant flowers.
Man, that's so
with
beautiful.
the mythic pollinators accelerating the growth of all vegetation in the biome. So I went ahead and gave Minecraft's vanilla flowers a massive upgrade and planted them across the whole biome.
Wow. Custom-made flowers, no way. Look at that. Fallen logs.
You may have also noticed a few other additions I snuck in the background, but we'll come back to those later.
Can't wait.
Naturally, when discovered by villagers, the flower forest's unique characteristics were researched, and eventually the villagers, now known as the Solari, learned how to harness and manipulate photonic and solar energy from the plants in the biome.
Beautiful.
This particular flower, known as the Great Bloom,
Like
is
I
the
said, that's
largest
the
in
future
biome,
we need
and
right
where
here.
the Solari built their city, an advanced settlement harnessing power from the flower that it sits on. Honestly, at this point, I'm just wondering how exactly I'm going to build an entire city on a flower. I really don't know if this is going to work. I guess we should start in the center. At the heart of the city lies
have
the
flat
stigma
areas,
core,
I guess.
the Solari's central power
I mean, you don't
source.
have to, I guess.
Fueled by the pollination of the mythic pollinators, the stigma core provides the Solari with a consistent source of photonic and solar energy, which they
That's
then
amazing.
convert to fuel in the base of the stigma core.
Oh,
This
he even
fuel,
used
known
copper
as solar nectar, is then piped around the city.
as
And that was
pipes.
my
That's
next
cool.
job, plotting out the city itself. But things were trickier than I'd expected. Okay, slight problem. I built these platforms to act as a sort of foundation for the city, but
Yeah, that's
it's
what I was saying, like a
really
flat
not
area.
how I envisioned. In fact, it looks awful. So what I think I'm going to do
Takes
is
away from
remove
the
these red
flower, from the
foundations and try and rebuild the city
nature.
up and around the stigma core. That way, it should feel like one cohesive piece and one whole city. With a better plan in mind, I started replanning the city.
That's cool, yeah.
But how exactly does this specific flower create so much energy? Well, that's where this building comes in, the Chrysalia, where the mythic pollinators take sanctuary right here in the city. The Solari created this hub for the pollinators to recharge, pretty much guaranteeing the constant, concentrated pollination of the Great Bloom.
That's badass. I
You'll
love
find
it.
the pollinators recharging here in the Chrysalia, but they'll also be a big part of the gameplay in this biome. But we'll get to that later.
Right.
Okay, so
it.
what about the rest of the city? Well, there were a few fundamentals I wanted to get in place, and with all the
I
research
love
carried out by the
piping.
Solari, I
You know,
figured they
the,
could use a laboratory where they continue to monitor the activity of
what are
the
those?
Great
Those
Bloom,
copper
the mythic
antenna things? I
pollinators,
can't think of
and
the
some
name, but
mysterious activity further south in the flower forest, which we'll find out about later. Speaking of monitoring the activity of the biome, there's more than just science to think about. The Solari have a city to run, and this is where they do it, here in the Nectralis. This is essentially where the Solari convene to discuss important political
it's doing a
matters,
good job of making
hub
it
for all
feel
their decision-making
futuristic
and
to me,
top-secret
man.
meetings. Okay, but what about transportation? This bloom is pretty high up, and heading back to the water elevator in the stalk won't always be a convenient way to start an adventure. So, my
You know,
solution?
like a futuristic
Leaf
landscape
gliders.
mixed with lush
This building is the
nature
leaf glider
and,
station, where you can actually grab a leaf glider for yourself and glide
you know,
out of the
like
city to start
Solarpunk.
your
I guess he's
adventure
doing a
in the
good job
biome.
at making it like
It's kind of
Solarpunk.
like a less powerful alternative to an elytra, giving you more options
Oh,
for
that's
traversing
awesome.
the huge terrain before you make it to
the
the end.
huge leaf,
I've
you
gotta
can
admit,
glide.
this biome looks pretty awesome from up here.
Those flowers look awesome.
Anyhow, this city is pretty focused on cultivating, growing, and even mutating plants. But they don't really have anywhere to do that yet, so that's what this building is for, the Seed Vault. This is where the Solari store their seeds and grow their plants. It's kind of like a mini farm, and they have one on each side of the city.
Nice.
We've got a bunch of functional buildings here, but I've quickly realised that the Solari don't really have anywhere to let loose and
Their
have
main
fun. So my next
production
addition
is
an arcade. Given that this
agriculture,
is meant
right?
to be a
Because of
high-tech
their
city, I thought it'd be cool to create a game
innovations
controller
for,
hologram, some billboards and neon signs,
using
and even a
solar.
big screen up top. Maybe I can come back to the screen later and work some redstone magic, but for now, it's time to head
using
inside.
the sun.
And that's where I got really carried away. Inside, you'll find claw machines, arcade machines,
Like a whole
even
arcade
dance
he's
machine.
making. That's pretty crazy. Look at, got a dance
But this
machine.
place is more than just decorational. It contains some of the coolest features of the entire map.
Wow.
First, we've got Slimepong. This might just be the most addictive minigame I've ever played.
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese. If you guys, I think they're still around. Chuck E.
And then
Cheese.
there's this custom arcade machine I added, the Blox Rift. Yank this lever and the machine literally takes you to a different Minecraft dimension.
Whoa, no shit.
You can revisit all the boss battles you've completed across the map with different modifiers thrown into the mix.
Oh, that's cool.
Or face your friends in new minigames like this custom parkour
Wow, I was just
course.
thinking of everything. I swear.
And if that's not enough fun for you, you can chat to the arcade villager, who will send you out on
Yeah,
secret
that guy's like
quests and
Cyborg.
give you these Blox coins in return. You can use the Blox coins in the arcade's gacha machine and collect plushies of all the cutest custom
Oh,
mobs
cool.
I've added
You
across the
get
entire
prizes,
map.
just like Chuck E. Cheese, man.
And that's not even the whole interior. There are more rooms you'll get to explore for yourselves when the world's complete. Okay, so since we're in the flower forest and flowers are used for crafting dye in Minecraft, I thought it
Yes.
made sense to build an ink station in the city, where the Solari can extract the pigment from the biome's flowers to create
Nice.
their own dyes, inks,
That looks
and
so
paints.
cool, man. Like that
That's
lava
also
in
why
there.
each of the
Like a
buildings around
lava
the
lamp.
city have a bit of
Like
a
a
different
huge
colour
lava
scheme.
lamp.
With all these flowers at their disposal, the Solari have created a colourful skyline to complement their colourful surroundings.
It's awesome.
To wrap things up, I built some residential buildings so the Solari actually have somewhere to live.
Yeah, you got it, man.
And now I'm
Right?
realising I've got a lot I still want to add to bring this place to life.
That is awesome. Like I
So then
said,
I
it
got to
just
work on
doing a
creating
great job of
decorations for
making
the city.
mixing
Some
the
scaffolding for
futuristic
stigma
look
core,
with
a bunch
the
of billboards and signs,
with the environment
solar
and
panels, street lights, vending machines,
with the
and my favourite
lush
addition, flying
lushness.
vehicles.
I can't
And
think of the
course,
word, man.
You
But
guys remember that
Solarpunk.
solar nectar
That's what
that
he's doing.
powers the city from the stigma core?
Oh man,
Well, these containers are called nectar wells, and they
He's
contain
doing a good
stores
job
of the nectar
at
throughout
making
the
it
city so that all the
Solarpunk,
buildings
man.
have a constant supply piped right to them. On top of that, there's another pretty neat feature of the Great Bloom, this time a totally organic one. The stamens of this giant
Organic.
flower peek
Maybe
up
that's
through
the word I
buildings of
wanted.
the city, serving as power conduits, further distributing the energy refined in the stigma core.
that is awesome.
Okay, this is all great, but am I seriously supposed to believe that this entire city is powered by one flower? I feel like to be truly sustainable, there needs to be another power source keeping things going.
Hey, you need solar
But what
panels,
could that
man.
be? To answer my question, I flew to a real flower forest. In fact, the flower capital of the world, the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
We rented some scooters and took to the tulip fields. And I've got to say, we were blown away by the sheer volume of flowers.
Beautiful.
With our very own tour guide, we then stopped off at one of the biggest flower gardens in the world, grabbed some Dutch snacks, and eventually stumbled across a windmill. Now, wait a second, wasn't I here to find another power source idea? So, inspired by my trip, I decided that it would make sense that the Solari's first settlement would be a windmill, where the villagers conducted their first research into harnessing the
when I'm
unique
able to play
abilities
this,
of
if
the
I add the
plant life
create
of the
mod to
biome.
this, I can make this windmill
The Solari
turn.
quickly outgrew
Unless
their
he already
windmill
does
once
it,
they
I guess.
discovered how to harness solar nectar, and their farming experiments with the mythic pollinators led to these giant
Thinking ahead,
vegetables
you know?
being left behind when they relocated to the Great Bloom. But what they did take with them was their knowledge of wind energy. Around the city, sticking to their roots, the Solari built various windmills as an additional power source. So, with the power of the sun and the wind, this city is unstoppable. With
Amazing.
this extra power at my fingertips, I thought I'd try my hand at some redstone mechanisms across the city to really bring some movement and life to this place. Then I realised I know absolutely nothing about redstone. I mean, the most advanced redstone I've ever attempted was this gate in a subscriber transformation I did years ago. Not exactly high tech. Luckily,
Hey,
my
I'm the
friend
same,
Doug
man.
knows a
That's
thing
why I
or
use
two
the
about
create
redstone.
mod.
He helped me animate the arcade sign so our smiley friend blinks and even goes to sleep at night thanks to a daylight sensor.
That's cool.
And we've also got some fun mechanisms scattered throughout the city, from animated billboards to moving displays and even a
Nice.
particle accelerator on the side of the lab.
That's awesome.
Okay, so
Can't wait to
remember
play
those
this.
butterflies I mentioned earlier, the mythic
Wonder how long
pollinators?
it's gonna be now.
Well, I also decided to add
jumping at
them
the
as a
bit.
new
He's got a
custom mob
long way to
throughout the
go, I
biome.
think.
Different colours and rarities,
Getting there,
each
though.
more likely to spawn in different locations across the flower forest. As the story goes, these creatures fled the jungle when Tala, the goddess who brought the jungle to life, was defeated by her evil son Velkar, who now rules the Nether.
Okay.
To ensure the
some
species
lore.
remains protected, the Solari stationed a scientist in this lab, known as the Bloomkeeper, to monitor the activity
Bloomkeeper.
of the pollinators. So, I also decided to add a custom quest so you guys can help out. You'll get
Sweet.
to take the Bloomkeeper's logbook and use the info in the lab to help you find every species and fill it in. Think
Cool.
of it like a cross between Grounded and Pokemon. When you collect a butterfly, it'll appear
Sounds
here
like
in
fun.
the lab's terrarium, so you can stop by any time to check out all the butterflies you've discovered.
Nice.
Okay, before we start on the next lab, I need to address a serious problem. And it's this guy, the Wandering Trader. This dude's been following me around for years. He's been there with me for almost every building adventure. Well, until I learned how
That was
to turn mob
Morty.
spawning off while I
Or I'm
build.
sorry, that was Rick.
What I'm trying to say is, he deserves an upgrade too. But how?
Gonna
He's a
upgrade the wandering
trader,
villager.
so I
That's
can't
awesome.
just build him a house. And that's when it hit me. A wandering structure. Some of the biomes on the island could have wandering structures, carried
No
by
shit.
creatures related to their biomes. And that's when I remembered the build that won my competition for a new jungle structure in the previous
Frog.
biome. Meet Tom Steen. No, not the frog. This guy. He's one of the most talented organic builders I've ever seen,
Tom Steen.
and already an expert in this wandering house concept.
That's
So what do you
awesome.
reckon, Tom? Have you got time to build?
He's on it. It's awesome. So it's like a
There you go. The wandering
organic
recipe.
wander
Wow, this fits the biome
vehicle
so
for the
well.
wandering
What a
trader.
build.
That'll be $1,856.99.
He's running away.
I'll let you guys
Uh,
explore the interior of the
hey, the
wandering
guy.
grasshopper for yourselves when the map releases. But for now, on to the next lab. This one is actually where we'll be reviving our first lost mob vote mob, the Moo Bloom. Well, okay, not exactly. This is actually
That's
a mob
awesome looking,
inspired
man.
by the
Love
Moo
these
Bloom,
builds.
known as the Blue Moo.
Cannot
Yeah,
wait to play
that's what I
this. I'm
came up
telling you.
A really original name. Anyway, I've made the Blue Moo mob a huge part of a quest you'll take on in the biome.
Blue moon.
You see, across the
Blue
forest,
moon.
certain flowers
Can't
emit
say that.
potent strains of pollen with special properties, which you'll experience when you enter the area.
That's cool, man. Love
Bringing
the
a blue
particle
moo
effect.
into the vicinity of a flower emitting pollen that matches its colour will actually cause your special cow buddy to absorb it. Eventually, you'll be able to milk your blue moo to obtain an essence containing these special properties that you could then use to brew potions. So, they're pretty handy pets to keep around.
No kidding,
And
that's
I mean, come
cool,
on,
man.
these
What
guys
a
just look
cool
so cute.
idea.
That's the most important thing, right? And for the final lab, things are a little less cute. Remember those mythic pollinators I mentioned earlier? Well, one of their subspecies went rogue. After an experiment on some bees went sideways in this facility, a giant mutated queen and her minions escaped into the flower forest.
Oh, so now this is probably the boss battle,
well,
right?
They stumbled upon a giant fallen tree and made it their new home, building a structure known as the Hive. This is actually a custom Minecraft structure I decided to build for the flower forest biome.
That's sweet,
The
man.
Hive is an organic labyrinth designed by the queen and her servants to disorientate their victims and keep them prisoner until the queen is ready for her next meal. And let me tell you guys, I've made this place really confusing.
So it's amazing.
You'll work your way through hexagonal rooms with moving walls and honey traps in search of the hidden treasures of the Hive, and most importantly, a way out. So with all that talk of a queen bee, I had to deliver on my promise and come up with a concept for her. She would be the boss battle for this biome after all.
Yes, sir. See? Let's see it.
Okay, yeah, this might just be the coolest boss I've added
Holy
so
shit,
far.
that's awesome.
But what about attacks?
Man, how the heck does he do this? This is so cool. Making a whole nother game. Turning Minecraft into a whole nother game.
After you've wrapped up all the quests of the flower
Just
forest,
amazing.
this will be your final challenge. I mean, I'm not here to spoil everything.
I can't believe I missed this
all
one.
I can say is good luck, guys.
But we're doing
Having
it now,
said
right?
that, there are some less hostile creatures and locations to discover across the biome as well. I really wanted to fill this place with little creatures and fun areas to explore and loot. I even spent hours building a massive anthill with an entire cave network inside it.
That's cool. Right on.
Before we take a look at the finished build, I've got an exciting announcement. I'm now officially partnered with the Minecraft Marketplace, which means Bedrock is in for a real treat. In fact, this biome transformation will be our first product on the marketplace. In the ultimate Solarpunk survival island coming later this year, you'll get to experience this whole biome along with all its special features,
it's already out.
From mobs to quests, bosses and more. And that's just the beginning. Keep an eye out for updates on my socials.
I gotta check that out.
And with that, let's check out our transformed flower forest.
Yes. Awesome, you made custom flying cars, solar cars.
Thanks for watching, guys. Check out the Patreon to support the channel and comment which biome you want to see me transform next.
Hell yeah, you guys, that was awesome. Like I said, I can't believe I missed this, and I just can't wait to play this. It's gonna be a while, I'm sure. Takes a lot of work. Obviously, like, blows my mind, but I just can't wait to play it. Really can't. So, hope you enjoyed this one, and I can't wait for the next one. You know, I have to figure out how many biomes he's done so far. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Peace.